this button here?
I don't know, 4 o'clock yesterday.
Hold up.
I had to go to another hospital. Shit. In the parking lot.
This one?
No, you're gonna go a mile. And then I got home.
All right.
And my partner's like, "Go to the gym. Go work off your stress." And I was like, "All right."
Go do some.
So I went to the gym for like 2 hours. By the time I got home, ate dinner and showered, it was bedtime.
What did you do in the gym for 2 hours?
Games, bro. I got games, dude.
El Deuterino, we're nothing prepared.
Perfect.
And
We did all the stuff yesterday.
yeah, that's true. We are gentlemen, we are currently live. So we're gonna check in with dude as a final. This is the third one of the week. Sup with you. Third phone call I made to the dude this week. Sup with you, son. I think after the third phone call, man, I didn't even put a yo on today because I done tried to call you 3 times. I finally got through to the dude. You know, we replaced your seat yesterday. G came up. We had the G and D show. I mean, it was solid. We had a couple of celebrity guests. Yeah, a couple of phone calls.
The God show.
Get some. All right, good every Sunday.
We made phone calls. We laughed.
I mean,
I heard you had LA's premier boxing trainer, Steve Gomez.
we did have LA premier boxing trainer Steve Gomez because we had to check in with that guy and see. You know, I told him that his show is the highest rated show on our show, and so he was appreciative of that. And we just checked in with him. He talked a little bit about the soup a little bit, and then we got in and out. So, but no, man, let me get back to this. Hold up, nothing prepared, ready to go. What's up with you, son? How you been? How you living? What's going on there in the real world of Josh out there doing his thing?
Man, I am working hard, working overtime. I have soup with my partner. We're leaving Sunday to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to visit some of her family, and we're going to be there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I fly back Tuesday night. She stays for a couple more nights. So currently, I am busting my butt to keep this show kid friendly. I'm busting my butt to get all my work done for the week, so that nobody calls me on Monday and Tuesday and is like, "Hey, stuff isn't working. You just don't fix it."
Yeah.
And I had a doctor who I was supposed to move his microscopes on May 6th and 7th, which would have given me plenty of time if anything didn't go well.
Really specific.
And then he called me and was like, "Hey, man, I got to push it back to May 20th and 21st.
Basically, his tea time had been moved. And so he called you and said, "Hey, man, the guy moved my tea time. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and need you to move."
Well, Doc, you're running up against my vacation, so if something doesn't go well, I'm not going to be here.
Fuck you. Don't call me.
Tell me
you do.
Oh man.
So well, that's kind of where we're at.
Dude, you sound like you've been busy, man. You've been preoccupied. You got a lot of things killing. So I tell you what, man. Me and G are gonna hold you up today, and we're gonna make sure we hold it down for you. Man, could you do me a favor, man, and jump into a little bit of the soup, because the soup got thick yesterday. We didn't really get a chance to stir the pot. Do you got anything in the soup that you wanted to add to the week, man? Because we hyped up the show on the soup this week, and we didn't. We delivered a little bit, but I think we can. Take another. Yeah, there's some gumbo. What'd you think, dude?
I mean, is there anything you want me to comment on?
No, man. Personally,
you want me to freestyle?
Nah, freestyle, man. Give it. I mean, what's on your reel? You know, I mean, the soup is real. It's out there. I got a couple things that I could probably jump back into, but I mean, what's up with you?
Well, I'm going to tell you a little story, a true story.
Oh shit!
About my mask discrimination. Have you faced any mask discrimination since the CDC said we didn't have to wear them?
Well, first of all, because I don't pay attention to the CDC as far as like listening, just generally, I didn't know that there was a new masking policy law given out. No one handed me a card and was like, "Excuse me, sir, the CDC wanted you to have this." Like, I didn't know. But so no, I haven't. I actually I remember I was talking to somebody the other day. I think a good friend of mine, and he had said if I came into his town, which is like where's that place over there? Wine country, Temecula.
Valley.
No. The one close here. Is it like Lake Elsinore? But then there's another place over there. Anyways, there's a. He said if you come over here, everybody's just gonna make fun of you the moment that you have a mask on. And he was being honest. He was being serious. Like, hey, they'll just make fun of you instantly. So I didn't personally get the mask shaming, but I heard about those who were ready to mask shame in a heartful, quick moment, dude.
I'm gonna go over there with my mask on.
So the CDC came
PTSD.
out. The CDC came out. I think it was last week or the weekend before,
Uh-huh.
and they said if this is the part that people miss.
Okay.
If you've been fully vaccinated, and it's been 2 weeks past your vaccination, date, then you don't have to wear a mask indoors. Like you're good to go at that point.
Yeah.
But everybody took that as masks are over.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't. They missed the part if you're vaccinated.
They didn't read the fine print at the bottom of the card.
I mean, it's not even the fine. It's the title of the movie, and they just went like, "Oh, Brad Pitt's in this. Brad Pitt's in this movie." It's like, well, yeah, but what's the title of the movie? Who cares? Brad Pitt's in it. It's like, well,
and
I mean, all right.
And I hear he's taking his shirt off. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So I went to
Ricky
visit.
Schroeder got upset about that.
So I went to visit my parents in very progressive thinking Benson, Arizona.
Benson, Arizona. We think progressive.
And although I am fully vaccinated
Yeah.
and my partner is fully vaccinated,
Yeah.
I don't trust people to read the title of the movie.
Exactly.
You don't trust. So you're fully vaccinated. So you've been handed a card. My name's Josh. I am good to go. Thank you. And
I got the card that says you're good to go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You may move about the cabin.
Yes.
All right.
And so but again, I don't trust people, so I'm keeping my seatbelt on because I don't know this pilot.
Right.
Yep.
So even though we're allowed to take our mask off,
Yes, we are.
I have witnessed plenty of people for the past year and a half, 2 years, messing with the mask, wearing it under their nose, wherever the case may be.
Sure.
So my thinking is, or not wearing it. So my thinking is, I'm still going to wear a mask because it doesn't really bother me anyway.
Sure.
And I don't know how helpful it is to wear a mask into a restaurant and then sit down and then take it off. But whatever. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So we go out to eat. I take my parents out to eat. It was my dad's birthday and Mother's Day.
Oh, wow. Sounds nice.
We were celebrating Mother's Day late to catch it so I could do both, two
Right.
for one.
There you go.
And we walk into this restaurant. We're the only people, me and my partner, not even my parents are wearing masks. We're the only people wearing masks when we walk into this restaurant.
In the progressive Arizona. Right?
Very progressive thinking Benson, Arizona.
There you go.
So we sit down and the server, the waitress, looks like a Marjorie Taylor Greene knockoff. Like if you were to get a Marjorie Taylor Greene at Ross or something,
Okay.
or TJ Maxx,
You're like, oh, this looks so close. It's like almost a
it's
real
like,
thing.
oh man, this is Tommy Hilfiger, and so she looks like Tommy Hilfiger,
Okay.
of Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Marjorie
and
Taylor
she won't
Greene.
even make eye contact with us.
So she's got an eye mask on.
She's got no mask, no eye mask. She's got nothing.
Okay.
She's
blinded.
free chinning it.
Okay. Is it at the corner of her eye catch you at all, or is she
Nothing. Like it's
Complete ignore.
like I thought maybe we had died on the way, and I was just like a ghost.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
We were the second table sat. There was one table already sat in our section when we showed up.
Nobody. So
We were
she didn't look in your general direction, is what your.
We were the second table sat,
Uh-huh.
and they filled up the rest of the section
Uh-huh.
before anybody came to our table.
Oh.
Now
Yeah.
the cowboy. You know my pops.
I know the cowboy.
He's not shy,
No.
so he starts to get a little loud.
Raise
a
that
little
cowboy next
outspoken.
to you, actually.
Yeah, and he's yelling for the hostess that he wants
I'm sorry. What did he tell that hostess? What did he tell that girl? Told her what? Oh, that might be a full drop. Oh, that's a full drop. And G's nowhere in the studio. No, G's out. And then dude's out. And then it's just me. So I got to finish the story. I think this will be a good story. I think I'm going to try to finish the rest of the story. All right. It's going to go like this. It's going to go the server. No, it was the hostess. He was yelling at the hostess. And then the hostess wouldn't come back. And then the cowboy just gave up. And everybody left the restaurant. That's the end of the masking story. I think it just goes real quick to the. Oh, did you want to tell the rest of the masking story? Did you come back in there?
Man,
okay,
that was a good story.
No, because you missed it because like you stopped it and like I looked over to G and I couldn't tell if it was witness protection program or if it was just black. I couldn't quite tell, and I was like, well, then I just finished the story. I just had the cowboy stand up and walk out of the restaurant. That was how I ended the story.
No, so Cowboy starts yelling, and they had to get a server from the other side of the restaurant, a younger, darker complected server to come serve our table. And meanwhile, everyone, not any of the staff, but all of the patrons of this restaurant are just shooting me daggers out of their eyes. I can't believe this sheep is wearing a mask.
But you wore a mask into the restaurant and took the mask off once you sat down.
I did not take the mask off.
Oh, there we go.
Until our food was put on the table because I reached a point where I just wasn't going to.
My man.
There you go.
There it is. Everybody, if you've never seen that on the dude's face, it's go fuck yourself. It's just it's a whole aura. And it's just written on his face. It's written in his shoulders. It's written in his chin. You can't see his chin. It's covered with a mask, but I know it's written there. And you were at that point. You were like, you know what? Fine, that's cool.
And so I tell you this long-winded story to wrap it all up in this bow here.
Okay.
Now y'all have spent a year and a half not listening to the CDC, right? The CDC is like, hey, you should wear a mask. Hey, you shouldn't go out. Hey, you shouldn't.
Right.
You should socially distance. You shouldn't hang out with people.
Sure.
And you all have been bitching about it this whole time.
Right.
Not listening, not social distancing, wearing the mask under your nose.
Being progressive.
Now is the point you choose to listen to the CDC. They're like, hey, you don't have to wear a mask. You're like, oh, they're right. We're not going to do that.
But they forgot the title of the movie. That they need to be vaccinated.
Brad Pitt's in it.
Yeah, I'm. That's dude. That's a shitty story. I'm sorry you were ashamed. Did you get food and was it good?
So I ordered an 8-ounce New York strip steak.
Very nice.
With a baked potato.
Aren't you vegan?
Side salad.
No. Okay.
We stopped that. We stopped being vegan in 2012.
You knocked that off. You just went and grabbed a bunny rabbit, and you're like, screw this.
Yeah, I mean, once the Mayan calendar didn't blow up the world, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat meat again. It's fair game at this point.
If the Mayan didn't get it right after this many years,
I was trying to live right.
Yeah,
I was trying to live right, and then the Mayans got it wrong, and I was like, nobody knows shit anymore.
If the Mayans couldn't get this shit right, this is over. I'm with you on that. Well, that's it.
You guys missed the date clearly by at least a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You weren't even off by a week or a year.
You guys are pretty good with the calendar.
World as we know it.
Yeah. That's my. It's funny, that song G is the end of school bell for my kids when I was teaching them. Yeah, thank you. When I was teaching them school here at the house, I needed a school bell. I realized that a school bell is an important part of school.
Yes.
It's just a sound that reminds you, oh, it's over. And I was like, what's a good school bell? And I was like, it's the end of the world, as you know. I was like, perfect. This is just that's it. My kids know that song by heart now because that was their end of.
I might have gone School's Out.
No, end of the world.
It was
no. See, the problem was it was COVID. And I had to come up with one with school kids at home. So end of the world, I don't know. That
makes sense.
Worked for me. All right, we're gonna jump into a little bit more of the soup. We never really jumped on.
Wait, can I? Let me just tell you real quick.
Yes.
They were out of the 8-ounce New York strip.
Oh, the vegan bunny.
Conveniently.
Okay. Oh, they didn't have that for you.
Conveniently,
For
the
you,
one
they
steak
didn't
that
have
I
an 8-ounce
ordered,
steak.
They were out of.
Okay. How about for
Yeah.
everybody else? Everybody else get an 8-ounce steak?
I mean, everybody else had a steak on their plate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not getting that close to other people's tables.
Was it a seafood restaurant?
They're not vaccinated.
It was a steakhouse.
The steakhouse. Could you have put 2 steaks together and hooked you up with a,
Well,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I just said, "What's the next closest thing?" They said, "Well, we have a 6-ounce." I was like, "Yeah, give me a 6-ounce. Cut 2 ounces off of another 6-ounce."
That's right.
It doesn't have to all be one piece. I just want 8 ounces of meat.
I just need the protein.
Fair enough.
And then they're like, "All right." And then they go back, and then they come back to the table about 10 minutes later. "We're out of potatoes for your baked potato."
Man. You think
I'm like,
now,
what?
how much
This
how much of this do you think is really like your mask? Like how much of this do you think is like really like screw this guy because of his mask?
The guy with the mask.
I mean, it's very hard to
6-ounce steak.
Right. It's very hard to say that it had nothing to do with the mask, simply because we had a completely different server from everyone else in our section, and we didn't get served until they had to go get that server from somebody else's section. Meanwhile, I'm watching the lady who's in our section serve everybody else who did not have a mask. I can't think of another reason why we would have been discriminated against.
Right.
So I got to assume it was mask related. Now I don't know. Nobody came to our table and said,
You
know,
punk
fuck
ass
you,
mask.
mask-wearing
Yeah,
sheep.
mask mother. Yeah. I get you.
The
Okay.
only thing that was the most expensive was the stud one, but I tried to get the cheapest one.
Stud
Whoa.
finder.
So,
Stud
you know,
finder.
I got to
How
assume.
black people are.
I mean, you better believe, G, I'm going to bring this up the next MLK Day show.
Yeah. And I remember the one time when I was sitting there with my mask and I was like,
Yeah.
MLK. And they were like, no. Okay. All right, dude. So there it is. There's the dude's mask soup policy. It's a ditch. I was going to talk, dude, a little bit about or I wanted to hear your thoughts on the passport problem that we're having here with Orange County. They want to make a digital record of your immunizations. And I understand what they're doing. They're trying to say, hey, if people want to see your immunizations, here's a digital record of it. See? Isn't that simple?
Orange County is notorious for not wanting to have a mask on.
Well, this is true. But we're talking about...
I don't blame them for this.
Yeah, you're right. I don't blame them for this either. I think it's a slippery slope. I think that it's unnecessary. It doesn't make it does. I mean, if you want to walk around with your immunization card, then walk around with your immunization card, just like my driver's license. It's not digital, by the way. But immunizations weren't ever really this big thing. They were like, oh, you're immune. Okay, so yeah, you got a shot. No big deal. But no one ever checked you at the door. The only person they ever checked at the door when it came to a shot was school. Yeah. That's it. But that's it. Like, where else did you go? Where else did you go where they said, let me see your shot record? Let me see.
The military.
Well, so is this for all vaccinations, or is it just for COVID?
It's for all vaccinations. You to call it it wouldn't be
Orange County is notorious for being the anti-vax capital of the United States.
Absolutely. Any Orange County. You find an Orange County in Florida, it's still the same thing.
Any Orange County, especially California and Florida, who are still deciding which one is the Golden State.
And which one has Orange County and which one has Hollywood.
Lemon County.
And now there's that whole Orange County, New York thing with OCC cycles. So...
Well, but here we go. Here we go.
So what's the issue with the vax passport?
All right, here it is. It's simple. It's simple.
Sure everybody has it.
Well, but okay, it's not though, because here's the thing. If I have my kids' vaccination records. Okay, it's a piece of paper regular size paper, and it has all of their shots on it. Okay,
Not the yellow card anymore.
No. It's full paper, man. Full paper.
We had the yellow card that we had to carry.
You also got on a bus with a tie, and you know what I'm saying. You had some things. It's things.
In 1940, they handed out a yellow card. Since the 80s, we started doing paper.
Things have changed.
All right,
man.
so here it is. So there's more shots now than there was in your day. This piece of paper, it's big, good size. There's a lot of shots. You got all your Tdap and all that's on there. And so that's what my kids have to try. I've turned that into the school and be like, yes, my kids are vaccinated. Okay. Yeah. This is the place that you have to do that. It's school. And as Gerald said, the military. Now, the difference is for the military is, though, when you join, it's a voluntary organization, maybe not for Gerald because he might have been drafted, but when you join the military, then they go, okay, but then you got to get your more shots. We're going to give them to you. That's it. And matter of fact, you don't even worry. Don't even ask what's in this shit. Just this is what's going to happen. Over. Right? Exactly. And then in school,
one of you might turn into Captain America.
But okay, so
you might turn into the Atom.
But okay, so in school though, you're talking about your kids, and you're talking about no choice, right? I have to send my son to school, or I have to teach them myself. They have to be educated, right?
And we've all spent a year learning how hard that is.
Right. We've all figured out that I'm going to do it myself. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't. Just kidding. Maybe you know what? Why don't you do it? Why don't you guys take care of it?
This person.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, you have to have a record, okay, and hand it in to your shots. Now, as far as my knowledge, recently, school, the military, and I'm sure some specific jobs out there. There's 7 specific jobs out there that need this. Other than that, me and you and regular people, we don't walk around with our vaccination cards. We're just not. Nobody cares. Nobody gives 2 shits about your vaccinations. Okay. Now we pretend we care.
So is Orange County saying you can't go to a restaurant without this?
No. So what they're saying is what they're saying there. Okay, so you don't want to walk around with a big sheet of paper in your pocket. You don't want to walk around with. Why do I need to walk around with a sheet of paper in my pocket? Well, because at concerts and at big venue events, we might, and I use this word stressfully, might start asking for your vaccination records. We want to know whether you're a vaxxie or not, okay?
Right.
And we don't trust you like at the restaurant, whether or not you've been vaccinated or not. Everybody's got the mask up, being vaccinated.
I mean, we're not going to trust the honor system, right?
Exactly. We're not going to trust it. So what they're saying, let's see, and I say this, they're saying. It's a lot of hype.
A lot of days.
If you're going to go and attend a mass function event where they are going to require a vaccination proof of vaccination, then what we will do for you is we're going to provide you with a digital vaccination proof. It is a digital vaccination.
Like a barcode.
Like a barcode, like a damn barcode. Yep, your barcode says that this person has been vaccinated, and I disagree. I disagree with this because it's a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope from today saying I should maybe kind of have this to go to a concert, and tomorrow someone gets access to this record and shares it. And yes, that could happen with a piece of paper, but we all know that thieves do not steal from my pocket. Thieves tend to steal more from my digital pocket. It's just an easier pocket to reach. And so I see it as a problem because people are private. People are private, and that's okay, and they don't want their information shared. And they don't want to share with you whether or not they've been vaccinated or not. They didn't want to tell you, hey, man, I've been vaccinated. I want to tell you. I want to have the conversation. I'm not going to tell you whether I've been vaccinated. It's my business, not your business.
I mean, so is the issue that you're presenting that people will feel forced to get vaccines they wouldn't normally get so that they can socialize? Or is it that people have to present their medical records in a way that would put them at risk of having those records, stolen or whatever.
I guess my problem is that once my medical record becomes easily accessible for me to present it, just like my driver's license,
right,
then just like the officer, he's going to ask it and have no problem asking for it. Well, just give me your
license, registration, proof of vaccination, and insurance.
Absolutely, no problem, because we've put it at the level of you need to have that with you. You need to have that on you. Why don't you have your driver's license on you? I'm not driving a car. Well,
you need ID.
You need ID. No, I don't. I don't need ID. Bitch, get off me.
I am.
Yeah. Who are you?
You black in America.
Yeah.
We carry ID everywhere.
You did. Hey, bro, I'm going to be honest with you.
He carries his vehicle registration with him when he's walking.
Listen.
I carry my dog
just to be sure.
I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing makes me feel more uncomfortable than walking out without some ID on me.
Yep.
Okay. But I do it. I do it on.
You're gonna get arrested for as being black in America.
What are you doing? Walking? Being
Walking?
blocked? Exactly.
Let me see ID.
Let me see your ID. I don't got ID. Yeah. Yeah. Because why? Because I can't prove who you are. I've had that happen to me twice. Because I'll be driving without a license. Because I had a license, sir, but I left it at home because I forgot. But anyways,
and my license number, so I don't have to worry about it.
And
hey, go look this up.
And I wasn't driving. I wasn't driving the vehicle. And we're gonna need your license. I don't have a license, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we're gonna need you to look. I'm just being a regular person.
Why you look at me? I'm the passenger.
Okay, all right. So I'm sorry. I'm getting off on a black tangent.
Yeah.
The problem.
I have to.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Here we go. So the problem is, if we're asking people to show ID and it's a normal thing, hey man, let me see your ID. Oh man, here you go. There's not a problem with that. Hey man, let me see your ID. Oh, my name's Dwayne. Here you go. Here's my ID. I don't have a problem with this. Make sure you're 21. Hey man, I'm 21. Check it out. Yeah. Excuse me, sir. You vaccinated? Fuck you say? Excuse me, sir. Have you gone and got a shot and put it in your arm and none of your business? Well, you can't come in here unless you've been vaccinated. See, there we are. See, there we're at the standstill. And again, the digital passport of it. The digital side of it, I don't know. I'm not a fan of putting that information, that's all it is, in my digital pocket. I would rather not. I have my card. I have my vaccination card. Sit in my car when I got it. If I need to go grab it, show it to somebody, great. True problem is, I don't need to prove shit to nobody. That's the problem. That's my damn problem. What do I got to prove to you? But then now, if I want to go to a concert, now I got to prove it, and which is okay because I've chosen. I've made that decision. I've said, you know what? I want to see this concert. Yeah. And they said, sir, we have a requirement. It's vaccine. Let me go grab my card, man. I'll grab that. I'll bring that out. No problem. But when it's at the level, in my opinion, when it's at the level of convenience, do you have your passport on you? Do you have your vaccination passport? Do you have anything form of showing me that you've been vaccinated, sir? I don't know, man. Just seems like another metal detector shoe taker offer issue that I'm just not ready with. I don't think I'm going to be any safer if we do the passport vaccination records. If they want vaccination records, they can get them. They have them. There's paper. It's not hard. You just got to get it. But if we go digital, if we run the digital side, and I'm not the conspiracy theory 5G guy. That's not me. But if we go to the digital, I just see the next step. I tell you what, I'll go digital driver's license first, okay?
We got that new. We have the new driver's license to show that you're an American.
America. That's called a passport, but it's fine. We switch things up here in America. It's like inches, centimeters. We don't, we do things our own way.
But see, you could do the same thing on your driver's license,
right?
All you have to do though, but the thing that protects people is HIPAA.
Yes, correct. Correct.
The thing that all
people don't understand what HIPAA actually is saying.
Well, yeah.
HIPAA is basically only protecting you from your doctor.
From you. Yeah.
No, from your doctor giving your information to someone else.
Right.
That's it. If you
give
your information to someone else,
and his
that's on you.
That's on you.
If Dwayne gives my information to someone else. That's it. I have no legal recourse there.
Right.
Exactly.
If Debo's my doctor and he does it, now there's legal recourse.
And how many ticket guys at Staples Center are gonna be HIPAA making sure? Hey man,
there is no HIPAA with that.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. There's no HIPAA.
Well. I mean, HIPAA is a law.
HIPAA is your doctor transmitting the information.
But the vaccination passport, they would have to go through DMV and just add a stamp that says yay or nay.
Put it on your license.
Driver's license. Yeah.
I say,
just like with the voter thing or the
passport.
Like
I have one of the jobs where I have to get vaccinations. If I do not have them, I cannot do my job.
Can't do your job.
Yeah. And so therefore I get them because I like to pay my bills and I like to have a roof over my head and I like to eat and I like to do things and have disposable income.
Doesn't sound like you're making the choice to do this because you want to, but it sounds like you're making the choice to do this because you feel like you need to.
Well,
I mean, the only vaccination that I can think of that I've gotten in my adult life is COVID. The rest was done for me before I could make up my mind.
Right.
My parents were like, "You should get this." Yeah. Okay. Get it. Yeah. Stick it in his butt. Whatever.
The school district made it a requirement that you get the certain.
But I have to log in every hospital I go to. I have to log into their system.
Mm-hmm.
And then it pulls up my records. And if I'm overdue for something, like right now I'm overdue for not tetanus, but for something else.
Tdap.
And I can't get into this one place because it pops up a red flag and it's like you're 17 days overdue for this.
Done, yeah.
And let me ask
I got to do the one where they inject you and then they wait to see if it puffs up on your arm or whatever.
The TV.
Yeah. I got to go do that one.
So let me ask you a question. In the digital passport program, if you had if this was an operational thing, right, and you went and got your new shot, you'd be able to prove it, I guess, more instantly. That's not true.
I mean, I'll tell you.
That's not true because you'd be able to take your papers.
As far as what we're talking about right now, I'll tell you the same thing I told you with the COVID vaccination. I will be the first in line to do it.
Yeah.
If there's a digital passport that I can get that I can just pull up on my phone, beep, boop, boop, let me in. I'm in. Let me into the concert. Let me into the Dodger game. Let me into
moving on
whatever event I'm trying to get into.
Pull your Apple phone out.
And I will feel better about it because I will know that everybody else in there has had to show some sort of vaccination. Because right now I don't trust people because I see dudes at the gym with their mask under their nose.
America. Because we don't have we don't have anything in place to show that everybody's been vaccinated, and they don't want their economy.
And you can't walk into a place without a shirt, and you're gonna be mad about that.
Well, but I have no problem. I have no problem pulling my vaccination card. I have no problem going to my car, grabbing my vaccination card, pulling it out, and be like, "Here you go, bro," or going to my box of papers and pulling the seventh, from the bottom. Here's my sheet wrap of. I have no problem showing it. I have no problem doing it.
DMV goes.
I mean, I don't think there's ever going to be a time.
It's time for your car to get smog.
Yeah.
How do they know?
Well, I don't think there's ever going to be a time when it has to be digital. If you want to go get your paper, you can go get your paper.
There's a double-sided point to this. Okay, so the one point about wanting to come away from digital just because of the access security risks of digital, right? And that's a real thing. It's not a not real thing. It's a real thing. But let's let's set the digital risk down. Let's just put the digital risk to the side. We're not going to worry about the digital risk, okay? Let's just talk about digital access.
Okay.
If do you have a different expectation of somebody when they have digital access versus analog access? Is the expectation the expectations change? And I am
is that they have stronger security than Apple.
Who has what? We're not talking about security. Remember, we're not talking about security. We're leaving security alone.
That's how I judge whether I would deal with somebody who's digital or analog.
Security?
I don't trust analog because analog I can hardwire and tap into anybody's information.
Absolutely. That's the analog issue.
Easier than going digital. Digital, at least you can put up some defenses. Where
I have no concerns. Go get my
unless somebody is extremely bored, and they go, "Well, I got a couple of weeks. Let me work on breaking it."
Let me ask this question. This is the deeper seated question. Have How do you feel about the non-vaxxers not being able to do stuff?
I'm good.
I think,
They made a choice.
yeah, I think if it's like go to a concert, go to a Dodger game,
Yeah.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, if
made a choice.
if a restaurant says you got to wear a shirt and shoes to get in, then you got to wear a shirt and shoes to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
If it says you got to have a vaccination to get in, then you got to have a vaccination to get in. There's plenty. I don't think unless they are preventing you from working or getting medical treatment or voting or things that should be an absolute right, unless they're stopping you from taking care of yourself, then it's a choice and you have an option to make the choice.
How about the discrimination side of it on the other side of the coin?
What's the discrimination?
What's the discrimination?
Let's just say that maybe people aren't nice to people who don't want to get vaccinated.
I mean, people aren't nice to people for a lot of reasons.
Even wearing a mask.
Are you gonna
wearing a mask in a restaurant
risk because someone's not nice to you?
No. Even wearing a mask in a restaurant can make people not nice to you pretty instantly just because they disagree with you. My point is to say we're putting it in a out there. We're putting it a way for people to be like a dick to you, because of your
choice. If they made the choice to not get vaccinated, I need to know I have a choice to not hang out with them.
Exactly.
It's my choice if I want to, but I need to know their information before I can make a judgment.
I think that's where a non-vaxxer would disagree with you, saying you don't need to know my medical choices. I guess would be their HIPAA side. No, you don't need to know.
I don't need to hang out with you.
Make a left.
I don't need to hang out with you because I don't want to put my health or my family's health in jeopardy.
So then let's put this. Let's draw a line in the room for real. I mean, because I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. Non-vaxxers are not allowed to hang out with vaxxers. Is that what we're saying? If you're a non-vaccinated, wait, back up. If you are a person saying I am not going to get vaccinated,
right?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Don't you get that needle away from me.
Okay.
Hey G, you want to hang out?
No.
G, you want to go chill?
Have you been vaccinated?
No, sir. No.
I can't hang out with you.
So okay, all right. So there we are. That what G just did, what we just did, is my issue with the passport. That is what I just went through right now is my issue with the passport. Huh?
It was choices. It was a basic choice. You didn't want to get vaccinated.
But I don't believe. Okay, so I had to jump in the imaginary couch.
I mean,
here.
how safe are we if we are vaccinated? How safe is it to hang out with someone who is not?
Have you heard lately of anyone with polio?
I mean,
no, I'm not.
I am not fighting.
Because
I am not fighting.
Everybody got vaccinated.
I'm not fighting that fight.
Everybody got vaccinated.
I won't.
Because everybody said you gotta get vaccinated.
I won't fight those fights. I won't fight the side fights. I'm fighting the main fight. The fight is you do not want to be my friend or hang out with me because.
I didn't say that.
Well, hold on, because we can't hang out. We can't be in the same room because I've made a choice. Because I've made a choice.
Do you think if this didn't get politicized from the very beginning that we'd be here right now?
No, I don't, dude. I really don't. But that's and again, do I have a problem with the digital passport? No. Do I have a problem with the vaccinations? No. Do I have a problem? My problem is it's a slippery slope. Once we go
swim, would you go purposely dive into storybook land water?
Stay.
Would you purposely go and dive into the rivers of America?
No.
What did we do for the people who accidentally fell into we sent them to the hospital to make sure they had all their vaccinations.
Gee, I mean, I just feel like you're fighting a different fight. I understand and agree with you. I understand and agree with you.
Polio, chicken pox.
Okay. I understand and agree with you. My point is to say the same way that we put the lepers, man, if you don't turn that GPS off, The same way that we pushed the lepers onto an island because we didn't want to look at them. That's a real story.
I mean, I'm not a.
Wait a second. Wait, hold up.
Hold on. I'm not a biblical expert, but didn't
No, that's
Jesus cure them?
No, he cured one.
No, he cured a few of them.
Yeah, he was like, "Here you go.
He
You're
was
good.
sick,
You're good."
But
And
he
then
cured
you're not
him
good.
because he was hanging out with them.
Right. Yeah, he was like, "Hey."
Exactly. See?
Uh,
See? There you go.
He's like, y'all need a vaccine.
Exactly. He said,
Here you go.
I can't hang out with you unless you've been vaccinated.
I'm not trying to say
So
don't
let me
follow
vaccinate
JC. That's not what I'm trying to say. All right, Just change my words. All right, listen to what I'm trying to say. Slippery slope. Just told him a point.
Jesus,
Listen.
No, so I agree with you, Debo. It is a slippery slope. It's very the slide has been greased and the landing is 1984.
Right.
Or Big Brother or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Whatever you want to.
That's where I'm at, man.
Analogy you want to use.
Yes.
But a younger me would have railed against this. You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah. No. I'm with
I
that.
don't want to live in Big Brother.
Yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
But quickly approaching 40-year-old me.
Yeah.
Was
Quickly.
like, man, I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. So
I'm past 40, so
the
I could walk around naked and go here.
Quickly approaching retirement age G is like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Be dead before you figure this shit out anyway.
Can I see your pee? Yeah.
I can tell you what
you can watch me.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I can tell you what I don't like. I tell you what I don't like, guys. I don't like this idea of vaccinated fountains and non-vaccinated fountains. I don't like this idea. I don't like this
segregation.
It's real. Like, come on. I don't like this idea of vaccinated bathrooms and non-vaccinated bathrooms. I don't like this idea of vaccinated sections and non-vaccinated sections. Do I agree that it's important today? Yes. Which makes me, what is that person that
But once you give it, you can't really take it back.
Stop! That's my motherfucking point. Who the fuck?
Well, yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to.
But
That's what I'm
at
trying
the
to say.
same time,
That's what I'm saying, dude. You can't go backwards once you've gone forward this hard.
Segregation.
I mean, G went through it. Let's hear his point.
You know, segregation was a bigger choice than getting vaccinated to me. Segregation was based on your color.
You know, G used to tutor John Lewis.
Based on the way you worship God. Segregation was based on some other things. Now,
Segregation is being based on whether or not you've been vaccinated or not currently. That is an actual
separation. No, that's separation. That's not segregation. That's separation.
Well, so what it really comes down
because
to
the way Trump wanted to do it was a herd mentality. If you have mad cow, if you had a cow that had mad cow disease,
I'm not a cow.
you
would
separate it from the herd.
All right, because you don't want to infect the rest of the herd.
Yeah, I agree.
You separate that one cow.
In cattle raising, I agree.
And I have to get back to work, but here's what I see as the overarching point to all of this discussion is how safe is it for someone who has been vaccinated to be around people who have not? Because if it's safe enough that you don't have to worry about it, then we don't need to deal with any of this. You don't need to segregate or separate or subjugate or retaliate.
Get him.
You don't need to do
Get
any
him.
of that.
Come on.
Because I could just be like, look, I'm vaxxed. I'm cool. Let's kick it. I'll kick it with 17 anti-vaxxers as long as it's not going to give me anything. But the problem becomes
not every year
that 5%. They say it's 95% effective.
Yeah.
Am I willing to risk that 5% to go to the Dodger game or kick it with you if you haven't been vaxxed? And that's going to be a personal choice on both sides. The person who's been vaxxed and the person who's choosing not to get vaxxed.
He got vaccinated, but he went and hung out with somebody, brought COVID home, gave it to his son, his mom, and his dad, and his mom did not recover. She passed.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people are going to make it about individual freedoms, but there's plenty of individual freedoms that we've given up along the way.
But when I think about that story, I go, if he had known, because he worked at a hotel, he works at that hotel out in Palm Springs. If he had known that that person was not vaccinated, or if that person was hanging out with somebody who wasn't vaccinated, he probably would not have gone home and passed COVID to his family that killed his mother. You realize the guilt that he's feeling for the rest of his life?
I mean, what you're describing is probably the reason why I stayed indoors most of 2020 is the guilt of transmission, rather than the guilt of just actually taking it. G, not to cut off your story and not to kill this segment, but I think we've agreed that the problem is COVID and black people. So
on that note, I gotta go before I get myself in trouble.
all right, Josh, dude, we're gonna see you next time, man. Me and G are gonna hold it down. We're gonna get out of here, dude. We got a couple things coming up. Don't forget in the very, very future. Maybe put that on your calendar. Who knows?
I got you live show.
Live show. There it is. Dude, I'm gonna let you hang up, man. I know you gotta go. All right, man.
All right, later.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we could all just get along, that'd be great.
Well,
I love. You know what I love the best?
7 hours of peace over in Israel.
Yeah, I heard they've been running a new clock on how long they can stop shooting.
7 hours.
Yeah. No. If it does anything, I have to play the role of a non-vaxxer. Which is.
Well, I know a lot of non-vaxxers.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. My point is to say, just me playing that role shows me that we have a lot to do.
Yeah.
Because we all just can't get along.
No, because we can't see. The thing is, we can't see eye to eye, and the risk. It's a matter of
risk management.
Risk we take all the time.
Yeah,
but it's calculated
yeah.
risk. You take a risk lately, especially out in Orange County, on getting on the freeway.
That's fucked up. It's true.
You can either get in a car accident.
That's just the first risk. That's the known risk. That's the understood risk. Right.
So you're like, okay, I got to get to work.
Yeah.
But I got to be hyper vigilant because I know these fools over here aren't paying attention.
Right. That's just.
Or
That's
you
just,
have the guy shooting.
Right.
At your car.
Right.
And you're going, now, do I really need to take this freeway?
Right. I mean, I honestly
I have to have an option.
I told my wife, I was like, you're driving a white car rental?
Yeah.
Don't take the 91. Just stay on the 91. Yeah. Just take streets.
Hey,
yeah.
See, and it's those options. That's the thing that I.
But that's informational.
We know the option, and the only way to know the option is to know if everybody's on the same page.
What you're trying to say is the only way to
not on the same page.
The only way to mitigate risk is to have knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. The only way the only way you're going to be able to see what the risk is to know about right. I understand that.
COVID happened so quickly.
Yeah.
And they came up with the vaccine so quickly. The research hasn't been done long enough to say, okay, if you get both of these vaccinations, then you don't have to get any more. You can hang out with everybody else. But if you now we need to know, okay, well, if you get both of your vaccinations and you hang out with somebody else, will you get something else? Or if we put this mouse over here with this mouse over here, will the COVID-19 mutate? And then if you get that, if you're hanging out with somebody who has an unknown COVID-19 mutation, will you, who are fully vaccinated, still get COVID?
You see, the problem is that we are all talking educated, yet we are all learning the information as we go. Because like if you say like everything you said, Jay, right now was so educated. I was like, wow, that sounds really good. But he just learned that shit yesterday. Like that's crazy. We're having like that's so many variables, right?
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, yesterday you just didn't use variables. You used you didn't use percentage. You didn't use decimals. Okay, it was like a 20% chance, not a 3.5798% chance. You know what I mean? Like we're just taking it a little deep today, and that's because we've had too much time alone. Way
Yes.
too much time to think about it.
Yes.
Is the real reason. Am I gonna kick with G? Yeah. Why? Because I like him. I didn't ask him if he was very vaccinated. I was like, hey man, what up? He was like, yo, and then we didn't have a vaccination conversation. We just hung out and shit.
But see, now you got everybody going, I got my shot.
Yeah, I got my passport.
Yeah, we all are happy that we got our shot.
This is true. I am.
But
this is
then
true.
you look at the anti-vaxxers.
See, you're gonna call them a
And
people.
thank goodness
See,
I
you're gonna
don't
call them
know
them.
too many.
You're gonna call them them, bruh. All right, I'm gonna pick up the anti-vaxxers on my list, man. I'm gonna put he's another them. It's another
I don't
you
have
people.
too many anti-vaxxers that I know.
I
Everybody
know
I
enough.
know-
I know enough. I know enough. And then all
I
you gotta,
don't know.
you know how many anti-vaxxers you need to know? One
That's
person
true.
that you care about.
One person can kill you.
No, well, he's right.
or your
But
family.
my point is, you just got to know one anti-vaxxer that you care about, one person in your life that you love, right? That you disagree with, and you just that's just a real thing, and that's where I'm at. That's just me.
And then they say you want to hang out, and you go,
Well, let me see your card. Is the
Yeah.
that's some bullshit.
and they say, hey, so you guys having a party? Nah, dog, we can't have a party.
I
Are you
swear.
celebrating your birthday? Nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm just stay at home.
it's real. You know, I wonder if I put like a vaccination card proof ID check at the entrance of the live show, if everybody think that's funny, or if everybody what do you think it's funny, or will people
I
start
would
pulling?
think it's funny.
All right, we're gonna see if we're gonna put an anti.
I would think it's. I know a lot of people that, especially since it's going to be in Orange County.
Yeah, we should do that.
There's going to be a lot of protests.
I'm gonna. There might be a protest out front of my house.
which would give us the notoriety and the ability to get more listenership
Which I'm not
or
looking
the
for.
transfer to the Spotify. So we would have a built-in base.
A protest base. Are those your fans? Yeah, they bring signs for sure.
Exactly.
Are they loud? Yes, they are. Why? Are they chanting? Yeah, but they're not saying anything you want to hear.
I mean, and then the money would roll in.
And then the money.
And then the money. The Acme money.
All right. Well, I tell you what, man, I'm not done listening to you, but I am done listening to that damn GPS. So let's pick a different direction. And we're going to meet you guys back here on Thursday, 10:30-ish. G, you want the last word? I'm going to give it to you.
Well, don't forget that we have the live show, especially the anti-vaxxers. We're checking cards. Woo-hoo. Bring your signs.